Hello, my name is Alexander Morari, and I'm the founder of ITKeyMedia. Welcome to our podcast about Central and Eastern European startups. We'll have 5 rounds covering different areas of a company's life. Our guest today is Rodtsevych, the founder and CEO of a company called LookSize, based in Ukraine, with global ambitions, of course.
Hello, everybody.
So, round number 1, company.
The company LookSize started as a side project for the women's clothing marketplace that we have developed and we were running for a couple of years. So we were looking for a solution for a sizing problem that we had on that marketplace, and we were searching through the web to find any different solutions of this sort. And we went through all the companies that existed at that point in time and didn't find the suitable solution. So we decided to build it ourselves. Once we built this solution ourselves and we were happy with it, we decided why not to make it as a side project. And basically in 2017, we started developing this module, and eventually it became a separate project and its own project in its own right.
Yes, okay, thanks. What about the company size right now? How many people are you in
the company size? We have 7 people right now in our startup, and we are just trying to expand. And currently we are very active on the Ukrainian market, and just last month we have started working in the United Kingdom as well.
Wow, great. We'll cover that later on. As far as the team, how many of them are pure coders, and how many are on the front line selling, marketing, promoting?
So we have three main shareholders in our team, the founders, and also we have 4 other people are employees of the company.
Full-time employees?
Full-time employees, yes, that's correct.
Okay, and mostly on the technical side, or again in
the we have the technical side, we have the lead generations, we have the sales, we have the managers, we have all sorts like we're just trying not to concentrate only on the technical part, but we are just trying to cover all the aspects, not just the technical part.
Yeah. Are you working now from home, or you have a centralized office?
We do have a centralized office, but some people are working from home and some people are working from the office because we still have the COVID and the COVID situation. So not everybody is able to travel, and not everybody feels safe to go through in the public transit. So that's why we are just we are using the combination. And most importantly, I'm not against this in total, because we are planning to have the people working in all the countries eventually. So that's why actually the tools of communicating and running the team remotely, it's very important in this business, because we cannot afford to have everybody working in one office.
Yes, of course, of course. And now, as far as the platform, I understand, LookSize. Let's cover this in round number 2. Tell us more about the platform itself, the project, and let's start with the main types or groups of clients that you foresee for your product.
Okay, so our clients are the e-commerce stores that sell online clothing, shoes, and accessories online that require measurements. And we divide them in 3 groups: large, small, and medium. And the small is the one or 2 man operation, and the medium one's like 5-7 people, and large anything which is about that. We target region by region, because it's important to for us to get a certain share of the market in a certain region, while before expanding to another one. So we concentrated on the Ukrainian market. Once we got a solid share here, we expanded to the UK market. If all goes well, then we will, in 3 to 4 months, we will try to start from the USA and Canada.
What are the similarities and differences between UK and UA market? I mean, Ukrainian and UK market.
Well, the stores are pretty much built on the same platforms and on the same systems. And we have the UK market that's a little bit more advanced and more mature in this case. So our solution is built in a way that it's very precise and it's very easy to use, but at the same time, it gives the precision that is needed for the advanced market. So even though we started in Ukraine, but when building the thing, we were building it with thinking about the international market, not just Ukrainian market. And that's why we are like, at this point in time, we have no difficulty communicating with this. And we have the salesperson working from the local salesperson in UK and soliciting the business and looking for sales and looking for different clients. And so far we've got a very positive response, even though we haven't run any marketing campaign, anything like this. This is just a trial.
As far as the key value propositions for your clients, would you say you create something new for them, or you improve something that they have already had or used before you appeared in their
No,
price, on their price?
this is completely different solution. Basically, what we do, I mean, as you may know already, that the 70% of the people who don't buy clothing online name the sizing problem as the biggest problem for them. That's why they are not buying. And 70% of the people who do buy online name sizing as the biggest issue that they're facing while choosing the clothing. So basically, if we can give them the recommendations that this size will fit you perfectly, it simplifies the life of the shopper enormously. And because of this, so basically not only that we tell you that in this particular brand, the size M or the size L or the size 42 or 12 will fit you perfectly, we also show it on the avatar, how exactly it will fit in different, in the shoulders, in the waist, in the whatever, depending on the particular clothing. So we show it on the avatar. And then the person can choose the particular fit that they want to have a little bit, you know, like a tighter fit or looser fit. So this is all adjustable. And because of the use of the system, the conversion increases by more than 300%. And the returns decreased by more than, by close to between 28 and 32%. So basically, if we have that all the returns to the stores, more than 50% of them are due to the wrong sizes. So we cut them in half, the returns. So the precision is very precise, and every single day we are getting better and better. We are analyzing the feedback that we are getting, and always improving the algorithm and working closely with the brands to get the accuracy up. Right now, our accuracy is around 83%, and we want to reach it by the end of the year up to 90%.
And share a little bit about the pricing strategy that you have right now and how this will change by end of the year, and based on what?
We offer a value pricing, which is unlike our competitors, which are offering a fixed packages. And we offer pretty much as a piecemeal, as pay as you go. Whatever the number of fittings you got, that's how much you will pay. And we currently charge 1 penny per fitting, just to make sure that we get the traction, we get the value, and we show the value. And when we estimate the price, we take into account what kind of benefit the store gets from our solution. And we want to make sure that the benefit that the store is getting from our solution is greater than the benefits that they're paying us for our service. And this is in mind, we want to build a lasting relationship with the stores, and basically have a tool which will with time will become more and more pressures for the users as long as the database of the users built.
How will you? How do you plan to change the pricing? If you can share this, would be great. Would you go
one way or another? Yeah, one way or another, we will keep the pricing that the stores make more than us. Like if we can save, let's say, $2,000 for the stores, we want to make sure that we are getting our fees will be less than 50% of that.
Yes, and you want to test this in practice to quantify the value that you create to the stores, right? That's why you cannot go below 1 penny per fitting. Yeah. But again, that's a good signal that it's not for free. So this I like this approach. I like this approach indeed. Yeah. How many fittings per month do you have now on average, and what's the record by now?
We are in the range of 700 fittings, 700,000 fittings a month.
700,000 fittings per month right now, and it's mostly Ukraine, right?
That's correct.
Yes. Okay. Great. Great, indeed. We could go forever, but let's move on. Round number 3, competitors.
We have in general close to 10 companies which are doing something similar.
Yeah.
But basically what we do is quite different from what they offer. The number one, the way we approach and the way we get the measurements from the clients. Our measurements, we are using the old-fashioned tape and just trying to get the measurements as accurate as possible. And only as an alternative, we are able to estimate it from the existing brands that you have. Our competitors, as a bench for this, take the existing clothing and extrapolate from that sizing from the existing clothing. Even though it's slightly easier, in our case, it's slightly easier to use this, but it's not as accurate as you measure this. And most importantly, in our case, you have to measure yourself only once, and your measurements will be stored in the system, and you will be able to use it on any website that the LookSize is being used on.
How can you protect your business model from copycats, either from your existing respected competitors or from newcomers into the space?
Okay. The system, if you look at from the outside, it seems to be very easy to do. And it looks like you can do it in a day or two of programming. Believe us, we have been working in the website development business for the last, since 2001. So the system that it's to maintain and run it, it's very complicated. And the algorithm behind this, it's also complicated. Keep in mind that there are different brands, different clothing, different sizing, different categories of the clothing. Plus they have slim fit, loose fit, the H&M Europe, H&M USA, H&M Asia, and all of this is a mess. And then it seems simple, but it's not easy. That's why the number of competitors is not in the hundreds, but actually in the single units. I mean, serious competitors. And we consider the Fit Analytics as our main competitor, and we are looking at their solution. But we check this, and our solution is much more accurate than theirs. It's much easier to use for the end user, and most importantly, it's much easier to integrate for the store. In our case, the store only have to do is insert of one piece of JavaScript, and bang, they have it working right away. And on the top of that, we also have a magical My Size button, which allows you to click on any category, and it will automatically select the sizing that fits you perfectly, so you don't have to choose through the hundreds of stores.
Let's move on. Round number 4, companies' ups and downs. Let's start with the biggest success so far.
Okay, so the biggest, I will tell you what was the biggest failure that became the big success. We started building the software the same way the competitors were. So basically, the integration of the system was to be done on the website of the client, which is the store. And once we built it and tried soliciting the business and contacting the store, we were able to sign seven customers in the half a year period. And it was a disaster for us. We were so frustrated. People, I mean, even though it was easy to do, but basically people could not find the programmer to do it in 2 hours to do the integration. So we sat back at the table and said, like, what do we do about it? And basically we came with the very good idea in our case that we took the integration on our end. And right now, the store doesn't have to do any maintenance, any integration, anything. Everything is done on our end. The only thing they do, insert a piece of JavaScript, and that's it. And everything is working on their end. So the integration actually takes for them 5 minutes or so. And they're not, they don't have the headache of maintaining. If they change something on the website, they then don't have to change it. It's all done automatically, and this is our know-how, and none of the competitors has it.
Round number 5 and final, the F3 formula, funding for the future. Okay, let's try to cover your funding history, current situation, and plans. Let's say for the next 6-12 months. Okay.
Okay.
So
sure.
Let's start with the funding history by now. Do you have investors? Are you bootstrapped?
Yes, we have been bootstrapped up to this spring. So everything was built on our own funds. And as of this spring, we got the accelerator startup Wise Guys on board, and they invested in our startup. And and we are just going through the acceleration program with the startup Wise Guys. And we are planning to raise a seed round in the fall of 2020. Which should bring us to the allows us to get the finalized with the UK market and trying accessing the US market at the same time.
The target for the funding would be expansion to the UK US markets, I understand, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes,
completing the UK market and start expansion to the US market. On the one hand, the economy is not doing very well in any country pretty much right now because of the COVID and the economic situation. But on the other hand, the e-commerce portion of it actually at least in some of the country is showing a healthy growth.
What is your personal biggest target by till the end of this year? Something that if you do not reach it, do not execute on that, you would say this was a bad half of the year.
My biggest goal is to get to get sales going into the hockey stick fashion and show it to everybody, show it to our investors, show it to our clients, and get the thing moving. And we want to. My biggest goal would be to get a couple of really big clients on board, and that's the target for this year, to the end of this year.
As a quick follow-up on that, who are your 2-3 dream clients? Shoot for the moon.
The top dream client would be Amazon.
3 in 1. I understand. Okay. Good. Interesting. Guys, so thanks a lot. Let's wrap up a little bit. LookSize, a company that has ambition to become a global platform for fitting for the retailers all around the world. And despite the competition, Taras is very optimistic that the competitive advantages will be enabling the company to move on and expand to the UK and US market. There are plans for funding also for this year. This might be interesting for investors and VCs active in retail fashion space, I understand. And Taras likes hockey, at least in the shape of the hockey stick, and that's what's the personal plan, of course, for the company growth. Thanks a lot, Taras. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And everybody, thanks for joining us this week on our podcast as well. Hope to see you all next week during our next podcast. And by the way, do let us know who you would like us to have on our stage next time, and we'll do our best to bring them on to you. Thank you very much. Taras, all the best.
Thank
Good luck.
you all.
Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye-bye.